Hey guys, it's JayTheVapingGuy here, coming to you with another review. This is my first post-Vape Bash video review, post-Vape Bash review. And I just want to say thank you to all of the viewers and all the subscribers. I've gotten like 300 plus views of the video. Let me just see what I'm sitting at right now. 295. Turn that off. 295 views of the video itself. I gained close to 20 viewers in like less than 24 hours. You guys are telling me I'm doing something right somehow. Now, I watched my own video and I was super critical after the fact. The original video wasn't supposed to actually have sound when I'm doing the pan around. Apparently, when I did the conversion from the program to the video, it decided to, hey, let's throw some audio in. But it didn't turn out bad. It's just somebody had pointed out something, and I went to go check it out. When I went to look at it, whoa, this is not what I recorded. So, I was a little bit off. And for me, it was a little bit herky-jerky. You know, there's a couple spots where I was watching after that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this whole thing. And there's spots where in hindsight, I would have been nice. Like there's a spot where I get into the center and I pan around. It would have been nice if I had done that a little bit, if I had slowed that down to real time, because I had done that in, you know, a nice, easy pan. Turned out to make you very dizzy. I actually found myself getting a little bit dizzy from the video. So, you know, I'm always learning. I'm constantly striving to do better. One of the things I will be doing for the next vape meet that I go to, where I'm going to be doing the videoing, is I'm going to actually get a steady cam, either a mount or some sort of system to make sure that it stays incredibly steady, because even that video was a lot more rocky than I wanted. I also need to get a better still camera, because the still pictures on that really were not to my liking. I actually had to turf more pictures than I would have liked to, just because they were blurry. There was that slight, you know, you press the button because you're doing your selfie, and when you press that button, it does this little shaky thing with your hand, and it goes all blurry, and it's, oh. So, you know, I'm learning, and the more that I do this, the more you guys respond, the more that I know that I'm going the right direction. So thank you guys. I'm sitting at 162 viewers, subscribers, and 12,000, almost 13,000 views. That's individual views. 2 years, it's not great, but for me, that's amazing. You know, you look at Grim Green and Phil Basardo, and they put their videos up, and instantly thousands of people watch, but that's a class above me. Someday it would be nice if I got to that stage, but for me to get 200 views in less than 24 hours was a huge deal, and I do appreciate it, all of you guys for giving me that that time of your life, because it is 40 some odd minutes of your time that you could be doing something else. So I do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for watching me. Anyway, so on to my review. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have only ever tasted lychee fruit once or twice in my life. Now, it's this little red berry kind of spiky shell that cracks open, and you get this little white fruit in the center. It's really nice. It's a delicate kind of pulpish. It doesn't really have a lot of, it doesn't have any grain to it or anything like that. And it's more of a perfume flavor than it is anything else. So anyway, so this is the Lychee. It's an Amsterdam ELiquid. That's what I'm doing this week. I'm doing Amsterdam ELiquids. I got 5 of them. I'm going to do those, and then I'm going to move on to the next vendor. Thank you to the vendors for you know, trusting me to do these for you. And whether I like it or not, I always try to give the best review I possibly can. Give as much real detail, because ultimately, a lot of times, people look at juice reviews and kind of go, they're a joke, and unfortunately I have known that a number of reviews have been a joke. I love this, I hate this. Why? Why do you love it? Why do you hate it? Because I love it, because I hate it. But what do you like or not like about it? Explain it. And that's when I do my reviews, that's what I try to do. I try to think about, if I'm on the other side of the camera, what do I need to know what can I be told that will actually have real relevance? You will note I never mention PGVG, I never mention throat hit, I never mention cloud. The reason for that is I'm at 18 milligrams. And at 18 milligrams, I generally don't vape many juices that fall outside of the 70-30, 80-20 range. So for me to mention that, you know, that's what I do. Now, you can get juices, a lot of vendors, and I'm not entirely sure, but I believe Amsterdam ELiquid, you can choose 70-30, 80-20. You can choose 24, you've got 24, 18, 12, 8, and 0. You can, you know, and every aspect of that will change. So only thing I can talk to with any real relevance to you is what notes can I taste? Is a note too strong? Is a note too weak? Does it taste like what it's supposed to taste like? If I don't give you that, then I'm not giving you the information you need. So, you know, if something comes out, like let's say I'm going 18 milligrams, 80-20, and I notice an incredibly strong throat hit, then I will mention that. Yeah, this is a stronger throat hit than what you would normally get at XYZ range. Beyond that, it's so subjective. So I will sit here, I will vape and say, you know, yeah, I like this juice. No, I don't. But then I'll go into, I can taste a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I can notice this note, I can notice that note. I think this note may be a little bit too high for the overall flavor. This note can come down a little bit, this note can come up. You're missing a note, maybe. I try to give as much detail so that when somebody else is coming along and watching the video, they're going to go, okay, so I like that note, and I like that note, and that sounds like an interesting combination, so I'm going to try that juice. If I don't give a detailed explanation, then I'm leaving you with little more than, hey, watch the squirrel! And what use is that? So, the review. Lychee juice. Again, lychee is a very delicate flavor. Little tiny little... I'll put a picture of it in right about here. And I'll talk over the video a little bit, and or not, I don't know. The lychee is sweet, but the majority of the lychee fruit is more of a floral note. Now, I'm not a big fan of florals, except for the fact when you know it's expected. And the floral is there. It's definitely a very sweet juice. This is sweet coming into the almost sugary, almost candy sweet. But lychee is a very sweet fruit, and when you're sweetening a juice using candy flavoring and candy sweeteners, you're going to get up there when you need an incredibly sweet juice. It's on the upper edge of my preference, but it's not horribly candy-ish. It's pretty close to the analog, you know, like to the actual fruit. The flavoring isn't 100%, I'm not gonna lie. There's a little more floral note to the lychee fruit that I remember that I'm not quite getting in the juice. And I'm doing direct dripping onto a rebuildable atomizer that's sitting at 2.1 ohms. So, you know, you would think that I'd hit it because I'm doing 10 watts. So, yeah, it's a good juice. Tastes well. It's definitely one that's worth considering putting. If you like exotic fruits, I would definitely consider it. If you're not into an exotic fruit, if you don't like the florals, stay away from this one. If you don't like really sweet fruits, if you don't like something that's coming into the candy range, not quite into the candy range, but coming up into, you might not want to go for this one. Or if you like it, you do want to go for it. Kind of, you know, it depends on what your preference is. For me, this is one that I would definitely consider picking up. I could definitely fill a tank with this. And so there you go. It's Jay the Vaping Guy signing off. Cheers.